So I'm doing the prep for the sliders. Basically it's going to be a smaller version of the big burgers I make, the blue cheese burgers. So I'm going to start with a little bit of blue cheese in there first, so that the meat, when I grind it in, will catch some of that. And we're going to add a little bit more later in just a minute. And then we're going to add our meat. This is 4.5 pounds. I'm gonna do roughly that much. I'm gonna add Worcestershire to taste, a little bit of soy sauce, both for the salt and for the flavor. This is 80-20 beef, by the way. You like that fatty in there makes better burgers. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And that's going to mix together just a little bit. Now our pepper. And with pepper you got to be careful, because pepper will betray you. I was poured in my hand first. That's about good. And salt as well. Alright. Oh, I'm adding some crushed red pepper. Gives it a little bit of a, ay, wait, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? And our onions. About that much. They're a little bit bigger, but they're gonna separate nicely into everything. And now I'm just working it in. And I'm gonna get a little bit more of blue cheese. This is contaminated, so I'm not putting it back in there now. There we go. Now we have the meat ready, and I'm gonna make patties. Well, actually for sliders, I'm gonna put it in a pan and then cut them up. It's gonna be much simpler. So we'll get to that in just a minute. I'm gonna spray a little bit of Pam on a pan, and then I'm gonna put the sliders on. So let me do that real quick. See if this fits it nicely. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is my first time making sliders, so I'm sure there's gonna be comments like, Indiana, there's a better way to do that. I'm gonna be like, thank you. But this first time, we'd like to learn. And yeah, this is gonna be nicely. I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes, check on them, and then most likely another 5. But now I'm gonna make a few more of these, and that way I can put 4 in at a time. Alright, so what I'm gonna do with this one, I'm gonna make pork and beef sliders. So I'm using approximately the same weight, which is about 1.5 pounds for each. And I'm gonna mix these up together. And so we're gonna have all beef, and then a combination of beef and pork sliders for those people that like to have variety in their burgers. It's going to be super yummy. Everything else is going to be exactly the same. The only thing is I'm adding 50-50. Alright, so we have our pans ready. A little trick that I'm going to use to make sure that I know which is which is I'm going to add a little bit of jalapenos to the pan that has a little bit of pork. That way, a quick visual will let me know that I'm serving pork, because some people can't have pork. So we got to be conscientious of that. So now we got the oven preheated at 350. We're going to go ahead and put our pans in. We're doing 10 minutes. So, timer. You gotta be smarter than the timer. You set a timer for 10 minutes. I'm gonna check them at that moment and see. I expect it's gonna be a little bit longer, but I don't want to overcook them. So there we go. So it ended up taking 20 minutes, and at the very end, actually halfway through, I poured some of the juice out there. So maybe thicker pans is a better idea, or just pour the juice out, and then I put it on high broil for about a couple of minutes. So that's what we're taking out now. And as you can see, there's been some shrinkage. Right? But these are juicy and they're super nice. So I'm gonna let these rest, and I'm gonna let these in here spend some time under that broiler, because they were underneath. So that way they brown up nicely too. So we'll come back and get those in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, these are ready. I'm gonna cut them. I'm gonna toast the bread, and we're gonna make our little. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna cut these. These were browned in the broiler for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and do first row. Just a little normal spatula. Alright, so I'm not gonna add any condiments, but I am gonna add a pickle. I forgot about that. So I'm gonna add a pickle to all of these, right on top. Yum. I'm gonna add a pickle to all of these. And just top it. It's already got cheese in there. I didn't add any condiments. Everybody can add ketchup, mayo, mustard, whatever they want. But here is our first. Look at that. And we have our very first.
Just in time.
What's up, amigo? Welcome.